In about 9 minutes before the hour, and we all know that our troops are certainly heroes who risk their lives for our freedom, but they're doing a lot more than that overseas. They're changing lives by going beyond the call of duty, and this is being documented by a developing TV series that's called Honor Bound. Joining us now to tell us about the humanitarian acts that we don't often hear about is one of the show's producers, Raymond Bouchard, and you spent about a month or so in Afghanistan talking to our men and women. What are some of the things that they're doing that we don't often hear about?
It's incredible the amount of stories that I found in Afghanistan that are what the Army calls non-kinetic, non-combat related. One of the stories was Operation Care, which is a completely voluntary program that our soldiers in active duty do perform in Bagram Air Force Base, handing out gifts to children that are donated from people all over the United States.
So people donate these things from the United States, send them over there, our troops go out in the field and give them to kids.
Exactly.
What else did you find?
There's agricultural development teams. The one I was embedded with was from Texas, and they have been there for over 5 years in Ghazni province, which is a pretty combat-hot province. And they've got a demonstration farm within the military compound that they're developing so they can show Afghans how to farm in modern techniques.
So our U.S. troops are teaching farming, I guess, so that really Afghans don't grow poppy.
Well, exactly.
An alternative,
30 years ago, Afghanistan had an incredible agricultural exporting business. That they've since lost that and lost their institutional knowledge. So we're trying to bring that back from a very low level to a very high level so they can be self-sustaining once again.
You know, it's obviously very dangerous. We do hear about Afghans turning on U.S. troops that they're working alongside. How do these men and women feel about going out in the field and risking their lives to do this?
They're incredible professionals. They're highly trained. They're highly devoted. They're very protective of each other. They're very protective of me. They're constantly aware that we've been there for a long time now, so they know what to look for. But, you know, they also have a great compassion for the Afghan people. Especially for the children.
And you say there's a real sense of urgency now that U.S. forces know that we're getting out a lot sooner than later.
They become very efficient. They become very focused, very targeted. They want to leave behind a legacy that they can be proud of decades from now. They want to give the children, the younger people of Afghanistan, something that they can build a better life with.
You know, one thing that's interesting that you mentioned to me is that even the smallest mission will require a lot of security. They're handing out toys to kids, and there are 40 or 50 guys out there watching them.
Exactly. We're, especially as a journalist, as a TV producer, I was surrounded constantly. But whenever we go outside the wire, there's an extraordinary amount of planning and talent and training that you're surrounded by. And, you know, they're telling me where to go, what to do. I'll tell you, we're safe here in this country, especially today, 236 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Right. But when you're with them and they are protecting your back,
you really do.
You feel it, you see it, and I'll tell you, your pride just swells. Especially when you see your pride swell because, you know, they're doing this combat operation, but then they're doing these other things as well.
And they're things that we don't often hear about, and we should just highlight that all of this is voluntary. They are doing this in addition to their regular jobs over there.
Much of it is.
You are headed back to Afghanistan to focus on women and some of the special work that our U.S. female troops are doing. Raymond Bouchard, thank you so much. It's called Honor Bound. It is now just about 6